I think the main thing that I'm trying to say is that we get so focused on fighting the external battles, right? And you've kind of heard it here today, right? Oh, this persecution and martyrdom is coming in. I have to stand up. But if we can't bear the cross of parish life, what makes us think that we can bear the cross of martyrdom? If I can't take somebody, maybe even my priest, slandering me, right? If I can't spiritually digest that and still love them and love Christ and keep struggling, and it's not going to be perfect, like I'm going to screw it up, guaranteed. I've been screwing up 35 years, right? But if I can't do that, what makes me expect that when someone puts a gun to my head in the public sphere and says, "Do you believe in Christ?" that I'm going to stand up there? I've met a lot of tough dudes, and when the bullets started flying, they became little boys. And it's the same in the spiritual life. We have to train, and we need to serve our parishes, and the way to do that is the internal struggle, right? Fighting for moral purification and serving the parish out of love for the parish. Not because, well, I want to learn how to read the hours so that I can be made a reader and, move a next step up in the Orthodox hierarchy, but out of love because you see the same person read the vigil last night and now they're doing the hours for the liturgy, and surely they're exhausted, right? So we need to all pitch in, and it's by that. It's by being faithful Orthodox Christians. It's by being faithful to our parishes that we're going to spread the gospel. We don't need to be on the street corners shouting about the goodness of Christ. We have to reflect it in our own lives. And reflecting in our own lives and making our parishes a source of light and working through the struggles is how we do that. Father Mark Mancuso said something to me recently. We were talking about struggles at my own parish, and he said, in my parish, there's a guy who really doesn't like kids. But there's a lot of kids in our parish. But everybody knows that about them, right? And so they deal with that. They find ways to work around that out of love for him. And the job of, the role of a good priest is to mediate all these interpersonal conflicts, which we have. I'm sure Father Filaret being in a monastery, I'm sure there's plenty of them. And the role of the abbot in that circumstance is to mediate those, to help us out of each struggle gain grace, to move forward in our spiritual lives.